we're all in Pennsylvania. We're all Pennsylvanians today. Okay? Woo! Yeah, that's right. We've got Arlen Specter. He's our senator. We want to make him vote the right way. So what we're going to do is we're going to power map. Power mapping is this idea where we think about who has influence over Arlen Specter, and then how can we leverage their influence to make him do the right thing. So the first thing we need to do is figure out who has influence. And so right here, this is the inner circle. That's like Arlen's wife, his kid, his political advisor, whatever those people that are really the inner circle. This here, so they have a lot of influence in there. This out here, they don't have very much influence. They're like, each of us if we make a phone call. It's good, it's influence, that is an impact, but if we do it alone, not that powerful. So let's just take a quick second. Let's think of what are some of the groups or institutions that might have influence over Arlen Specter.
Unions.
Unions, all right. So, and what circle should we put unions in?
Well, now that he's a Democrat, I put it pretty close.
Let's put it, great. All right, we're not going to be able to come to agreement here, so we're just going to go fast. Next one. Churches. Churches have influence over Specter. Where do we think those go in Pennsylvania? Same as a union. All right, great. What's that?
Grassroots.
Grassroots have influence. Where do we think they fall?
Outside the outer circle.
Go a little bit further away than those other folks.
It's the Specter we're talking about.
All right, final idea.
Yeah, right.
Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce. They also have some influence. Where do we think they are?
More towards the center.
Maybe a little closer to the center.
Yeah.
And then what about the media? Are they on there? Where do you think the media goes?
Right in the dots.
And what about Move On? Are we on there?
No.
Where do you think we are?
Next room.
You know what? I hate to break it to you guys, but there's 5 million of us. Give a little pull. Give ourselves a little credit here. Keep your shoulders
By the
up.
door.
All right, so I know there's more ideas, there's more groups, that's fine. Here's the next thing we're going to do. Now we think, all right, here's some sense of who has influence. Now let's think about who we have access to. And what we're going to do is let's just put a quick star next to which of these groups we have access to. The unions, we got some access to the unions. The media, the church, okay. You think we have much influence to the Chamber of Commerce? Really? Probably not that much. The important part of this is we got to be honest with ourselves. We could run a campaign to get influence them for sure. But I tell you what, if I call the Chamber of Commerce, they're probably not going to call me back. All right, so now you get the idea. So let's look at, now we see who has power, we see who has influence. So let's just think about, given all that, who should our priorities be? Let's figure out just a couple of these groups that we should prioritize. Unions. All right, do you want to write unions up there? All right, what are some other groups we should prioritize? Media. Yeah, that's a good one. What's a third one?
Well, you didn't put it up there, but in Pennsylvania, you have 1 million students, and universities are pretty powerful.
All right, great. We'll put students up there. All right, so again, you're going to have more time to do this. We're just going through the exercise right here. All right, so now the final question is, this is sort of where we get to the strategy part. This is the hard part. We're actually not going to figure this out today, and we'll probably be working on this for a very long time. But I wanted to start thinking, let's pick one of these groups. Let's pick one of these influential groups. How about we pick, let's pick unions, because they came up first. And we're in Pennsylvania, proud union heritage here. What are some things, think about the resources that we as Move On members have and the connections. What are some of the things that we can do to get those unions to put pressure on, to use their influence on Specter?
5 million good, clean jobs.
Green collar jobs.
All right, so we can use we can talk to them about our message and how that relates to them. We can say how this is in their best interest. That's a good one. What are any other ideas on how we can get these unions to use their influence?
Develop our story.
Develop our story?
To relate to.
Yeah, so relate to unions. We need to build that relationship. In some places you have them, in some places you are union members, in some places you know union members, some places you got to meet union members, but we can do that. We can build those relationships. Final idea.
Organize a petition from all the people who have lost their jobs and been laid off.
Yeah, and then maybe show that to unions, saying, look, this is a really popular thing. And yeah. All right, so those are just some ideas. So now the way this works within Move On overall is, some of you are new, some of you have been around for years. The thing that Move On does that we get the greatest strength from is we work together on big national actions. So we're able to say, you know what? Next Tuesday, there's like 125 different actions across the country where people are all on the same day targeting their representatives and saying, you better fix this bill. We're here in your community telling you to fix this bill. And sometimes there's just 5 of you. And it feels a little bit depressing. It's like, man, there's 5. But the important thing to remember is there's 120 other groups all across the country doing this. So that's one of our strengths. The thing though is, that only goes so far. The thing that we need is every time we're doing these big actions, is for you all to be thinking about your strategy and thinking, okay, so all across the country, Move On members are delivering letters to the representatives signed by members of the community. How can we think about our strategy? Like thinking about, now that we know Spectre, these are the people that he cares about, maybe we should get them to sign the letter, because we know they're the people who have influence over him. So this is a long way of saying, we're going to keep giving these national tactics that we call working together, but we're counting on you guys to figure out how to make them strategic locally, to meet your local goal, which is to get your senator to fix this bill and then pass this bill. So it's all coming down to that, is how do you use these tactics, these national tactics, to move your senator. So you guys are going to spend a bunch of time figuring this out.